everybody, this is Tina. Welcome to my video today, you guys. I have a card that I want to make for you, and I'm actually going to show you 5 of these cards that I made. I'm using this designer paper here, and it has all the different colors. It has 5 different colors, and I'm going to make one card with each color. And let me show you what I'm using really quick because I'm using quite a bit of product. I'm using the Well Said bundle. So this is the 2 stamp sets, and then it has these dies, and it has a bunch of word dies, and you can pair these together. And then I'm using the needlepoint. This is the needlepoint dies, and then the needle and thread. I actually don't use the stamp set, but I've been using the stamp set on other things. I'm just actually using the die. But you can get these 2 things in a bundle. So I'm going to make a card, and then I'll show you the other 4 colors. And this card is really simple, but I also want to share with you guys that the new Simply Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle is now out. So when you place an order with me this month, you'll get this bundle for free. And this bundle is a tutorial bundle, and it's done by 8 of us creative ladies here. We come together every single month and we pick a suite of product. That's why we're called Simply Sweet Stampers. We pick a bundle, or not a bundle, but a suite of product from the catalog, and then we create simple projects for you guys, and we give you a color combo. And then I've made a couple tweaks to the PDF, so it's a little bit easier for you guys to navigate, but each page has a project on it. We have your measurements broken down for you, and then a little bit of instructions here. And you can see there's some really great projects. So whenever you purchase anything from me, if you purchase a paper pumpkin kit, if you purchase just product from me, you will get the tutorial bundle. It is a $35 minimum purchase to get the bundle from me. So this is the new one, and we use this suite of products. So I wanted to show you some cards that go along with that product. So I want to show you what I'm going to start with. First, I have a Whisper White card base. It's just cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I have a piece of the designer paper, and I used all of the colors for these cards. So I just picked one of each of the colors. And I like using this side of it with the smaller checks. So there's a side that has the larger ones, and then the other side is smaller. And this is just cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it's going to stretch over the entire front of my card, just like that, and then we'll set that aside. And then what I have next is a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I've cut this at 4 by 5 1/4. And this way it is a little bit smaller than my card front. Then I'm going to take this die, and I've already ran this piece through the embossing folder that I love, the Subtles embossing folder, and it just gives the cardstock a little bit of texture. And then what I'm going to do is run my die through the Big Shot. So this is this die right here that has this beautiful stitched floral pattern. And I'm going to put that at an angle right in the middle of the card. And then we're just going to run this through. And because this is textured, because I ran it through my Subtles embossing folder, I'm just going to run this back and forth a couple times just to make sure that that image is really in there. And then now we can start putting the card together. So what I want to do is add some foam to this piece here. So I'm just using some fun foam that I have made by just putting double-sided adhesive on it. And then what I'm going to do is add this to the card, but I'm going to add it up to the top corner. I did a card like this last week on my Facebook page. I did a Facebook Live, and I did this style card, and I didn't love the card I did, so I'm tweaking it a little bit to see if I can love this design. So we have this on here now, and it's beautiful, right? So let me show you how we're going to add a sentiment. So I'm just going to grab a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and what I want to do is grab my blend, and I want to do Gorgeous Grape, or Highland Heather would work. I don't think we have a Gorgeous Grape of our blends. Grape Bliss. I think Highland Heather will work fine. So I just want the dark one, and we're going to use the tip here. And I'm going to color a spot here. And I want to use this Friend die. And that looks like it's enough color on there. And this is just so I don't have to use a whole piece of cardstock. I'm just going to use my blend to create that color. Okay, so now I've cut this in my Big Shot, and we're just going to pop the die out. When you do the coloring with your marker, sometimes your paper will be a little bit more because the paper is a little bit wet. So I'm just going to be careful with this, and I'm going to set it aside to dry while we work on the rest of the pieces for this card. So we'll just set that aside, and then what I want to do is take the hello, which my sticker is not on here, but this just says hello. It's from the Well Said stamp set, and I'm going to go ahead and use Highland Heather, and we're going to stamp hello, and it doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to punch this out using a punch, and then we're going to cut it. So I couldn't figure out how to really stamp it straight on my project. I was really struggling with it, so I just used this punch, and then I went ahead and I cut it out. And if you can cut straight, or you could always just do this with your scissors, but just using the punch just helped me to get everything straight on here. And you could do a flagged end, but you're going to see why I just do it pretty simple here. Okay, so let's bring our card back over. So I want my Friend piece to be down here in the corner. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of liquid adhesive. And I'm just going to take this piece of scratch paper, and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive down here. And then I'm going to dip this die, the back of this die, into this adhesive, and then kind of press it down onto the paper just so that all the excess adhesive is off of there and it doesn't kind of squish out onto my project. And you can see I let the Friend part hang off, the very end of that hang off of this edge. So then we'll take the hello, and we're going to pop this up right above that. And then we have a few more things that we're going to do. So I am going to use actually some Nuvo glitter dots, and I'll show you what I used on the other cards because I used a variety of different things. And I want to put a little bit right here in the middle of this flower. And if you're not familiar with this product, all it is this really cool product that looks like an enamel dot. And you'll see on my other cards, you will see how it dries, and it just looks like an enamel dot. So I'm just putting some, I'm sprinkling them around the card. And I just did my best to kind of match what I had. You'll see a couple of the other ones, they're not matched perfectly, but they end up working. So now the very last thing I want to do, which this was a total afterthought, is I have one of these butterflies from my Butterfly Duo Punch, which is back in stock. So if you weren't able to pick this up before because it went on back order, it's now back in stock, and you can order that directly in my online store. So I'm going to add one of these butterflies right here. And this was a total afterthought this morning when I was looking at these cards and getting ready to film this video. I just happened to have a few butterflies laying around on my desk, and I thought that they looked perfect. So then, of course, I'm going to add a couple rhinestones right here to the middle of my butterfly. And let me show you how all four of the other cards came out. So we have this one that is in purple. We have this one, which is in yellow. So I used some glitter enamel dots, and you can see they're dry now, and they just look like enamel dots. So you can make them have as much dimension as you want, which is really nice. And the yellow doesn't match perfectly. This is one of them that I didn't have a perfect yellow, but it's totally fine. Then I have this blue one. And this blue one uses jewel drops, so it is more transparent. And you can see this is probably my favorite. It just has this very slight tint of blue. And then the butterfly is on there, and I love that. Then I have this one here. Now this orange did not match at all. I used another set of jewel drops, and it definitely dried a lot oranger than the paper. But I still like the way it turned out. It's okay. And then probably my favorite one is this one. And what I did for this one is I used my glitter enamel dots from Stampin' Up! And I just used this green here, and I sprinkled them across here. My butterfly wing kind of covered up one of them. But I love the way these came out. My favorite is how this ends up looking like the butterfly trail, and it was just a complete accident. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing these cards. These are so pretty and so easy to make. I loved the dimensions of this, and this made me like this design a lot better. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Remember, when you place an order with me, I have the free PDF tutorial that you get with all the different projects, and I hope you guys are having a great week. I'll be back on Thursday with another video, and I'm doing a special collaboration, and you guys are not going to want to miss that video, so make sure you come back and hang out with me on Thursday. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and watching my videos. Here are 2 other of my most recent videos. I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will catch you in my next video. I hope you all have a wonderful day.